Alright, what's up, everybody? So, after I just told my last story, I realized that I got another story that has to do with cars and crime. So, that's what we're going to get into right now. And this is about the time that our car got broken into during a rave. Okay? So, like a lot of my stories, we're going to be traveling back to the 2010 through maybe like 2013 era. It was along those lines somewhere. Okay, so like definitely, my first rave I went to was EDC 2010. That was the one where the girl died and everything changed. And um, I didn't go to again until 2012 when it was in Las Vegas. And so this was going to Beyond Wonderland. Okay, and that's at the NOS Event Center, which is a big venue in San Bernardino where they hold a lot of events like all the cannabis cups, or not all, but like that's where the cannabis cup has been held for the last like 10 years or whatever. My first cannabis cup was in downtown LA. Like it was so much different than what it is now. It was in 2000, fuck, I don't even know. So even Wiz Khalifa was supposed to be there to get Stoner of the Year, and he didn't even show up. So it was much different. No music, no like, this is way different. So we like every weekend we'd be going to a different rave. Like literally, I got pretty. I mean, I wasn't like wearing fucking all these like bracelets and all that stuff. It was just everybody else was going, and we'd be mobbing deep. Like when we'd get to the actual rave, like there've been plenty of times where like our group was the main group, like for like the mosh pit, or like especially at the Palladium, dude. I can remember one time at the Palladium there were three separate mosh pits going on at the same time. And one of those mosh pits was completely like people I knew from just all over and shit. So we're going to Beyond Wonderland. And if you've ever gone to any event like that, once you get really close to the venue, all of a sudden you start seeing that like every single parking lot, people are trying to make money off of it because people need a place to park. So I don't know if we were late this day or something, but by the time we got there, like, we were looking around and like all the like, those places, it would be like for fast food, for any business within like a couple blocks walking. And like, so we're looking for a spot. All the parking lots are full. So we're like, damn, dude, like, what are we gonna do? And like, it wasn't my car, okay? I was a passenger in the car. So we're driving around, and we literally go like one block away from the venue, and we find this street, and like it felt too good to be true at the time. Like it just was like, no, we didn't have to pay, like we didn't have to do anything. We just parked right there, and that was it. So we like everybody was kind of like, wow, like holy shit, like we're getting a free spot and we're like right around the corner. Like this is like unheard of. Like it's very, definitely some sort of flag, whatever color you want to put it as, that's on you. So we park there and we go to the rave. And a rave, you could be there fucking for like 10, 12 hours sometimes, especially those big events like that. Like you can be there for a really long time. So we're at the rave and everybody's, getting turned up. They're taking ecstasy, like they're taking Molly and all that stuff, and ketamine, any shit you could think of. And me, like, by that time, I kind of was over, like, those, because I just know, like, the better you feel coming up and, like, while you're, like, rolling or whatever, like, you're gonna feel like shit afterwards. Like, maybe it's not like that for everybody, but, like, your brain just feels kind of like stupid, and you know it's just like a whole thing. So I got into the habit of, I would just take a bunch of Xanax with me. And I would just take a bunch of Xanax and I would take like an ounce of herb and I would just twist them up into pre-rolled blunts. And that was my thing. Like I just like to listen to the music, be like that, and I knew that I wasn't gonna have some weird thing where like I was like coming down and being all depressed and shit like that. So like we go to the rave and everything's cool, have a good time, whatever. And then it ends. So we're walking to the end and like to the exit, and when we finally get to the car on the other side of the street, or on the other side of the street, we look and I immediately saw all this shiny shit on the ground. So I'm like, you know, I look closer and as we're walking and we're getting closer to like where we parked, there's a bunch of people outside of their cars that I guess they happen to park there too. And every single car that was parked on that street, whether it was on one side or the other, every single car got broken into, like broken window, and they didn't even take anything from the car. I remember, like, I think I had an iPod at the time and it was just sitting right there. Nobody took it. I mean, granted, it's an iPod, so whatever, but it wouldn't have been a total loss anyways, but I still had it. So when we get to the car and figure out that this is happening, like every single person that I went with, they were all fucked up still on whatever they substance they took. So I was tasked with, like, everybody's like, dude, you look the best out of all of us. Like, I don't want to talk to the cops, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, fine. Like, just I'll go talk to the dude. He was a motorcycle cop. So I explained to him, I was like, yo, like our car got broken into and stuff, and like, what am I supposed to do about that? And the cop, like, I remember he didn't even make eye contact with me or anything. Like, he was and he just said, you're going to have to take it up with the city. That was like all that he told me. So I go back to my group of friends and they're like, what happened? And I explained what they told me and they were like, man, that's whack. And I was like, yeah, I know, but like, shit, like, everybody's car got hit up on this block, like, it was bound to happen, which is weird because the first time that I went to this venue, I went with two of my homies. It was Rock the Bells, like 2009. This is when Cushion Orange Juice was the only thing Wiz Khalifa put out. I actually have a clip from that show on my page. If you scroll all the way down to where my like skateboarding videos are from like 20 years ago, you can find a video of him playing Still Blazing, and it's shitty quality and everything, but you can just see like how long ago that was. So anyways, when I get back to the car, like, we're trying to figure out like how, because like straight up, like the window, the passenger side window was straight up smashed. Both windows on the right side were completely smashed. So we tried to take like a plastic bag or something, and we tried to like tape it over the hole. And because you already know, like, actually no, we weren't even able to do that. We didn't have any plastic bags or anything, so we literally just had to drive back to the South Bay from San Bernardino, which is, that's like an hour or something like that. And the whole time, like, I don't know if you've had the experience of driving on the freeway like fast with a window that's down, or maybe it wouldn't come up or whatever, but it's gonna make that loud noise. So like that's happening the entire time, and I had to sit by that window, like sitting on glass on my ass and shit. Like, it was not a good scene. So like, we're driving back, it's like probably like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I shit you not, we're like not even halfway there, maybe like a quarter of the way gone, like to going back to the South Bay. And all of a sudden, it starts raining. And it starts raining hard. So, like, it was just like, man, like what more are they gonna throw at us? You know what I mean? Like it was already bad enough of that like zip 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 sound when the window's down trying to drive fast on the freeway. So it was just like the last thing that we needed. I remember I got drenched in fucking rain, and I'm pretty sure that whoever drove, because I didn't drive, but I think whoever drove, he just kind of like decided to take the L. And these fools are from like Manhattan Beach and stuff. Like they had money. These fools had too money to know what to do with it. So like fixing the window was not really an issue for him or anything like that. But yeah, I guess you could kind of like melt this down to when something looks or seems to be too good to be true. Most likely it is. Like it's more likely than not, it is too good to be true. So that's just one little lesson that you know, from then on, we always made sure we left early and that we found a spot, and we already had it set up to be like, all right, we got four people in the car. Everybody throws down $10. We can get a $40 spot, whatever, whatever. And luckily that never happened again, because I've been to that NASA Venner Center more times than like I can count. So, anyways, this was just another quick story about, a car and getting broken into, which reminded me of the last story that I told. So, I figured that I would tell this one too. And I got plenty more, like, man, you guys have no idea. So, anyways, if you're still here, I appreciate you for hanging in there and listening to my story. You know, if you could please subscribe or like or comment, call me a dumbass, tell me what I could have done better, say you like the video. I don't know, every comment I get is some negative shit, but I've been dealing with that my whole life, so it's not really anything. And it's kind of funny to see these like newer creators, or not that I'm like an OG creator or anything, but like the comments, they like take them so personally. And it's like, dude, like I think of it as like a homeless person trying to tell me that I'm a bum. Or it's like, dude, like who the fuck are you to be calling me a bum? Like it's just very, I don't know, that's just the way that I thought of it. So anyways, that's just one, man. I could do a whole I could do a whole series on raves. I could do a whole series on rehabs from both times that I went, when I was 15 and when I went when I was like 28 or something like that. So, trust. I got plenty of shit to talk about, and hopefully you want to come along for the journey. And if you do, I appreciate it. And if not, then, that's your prerogative, and I'm not going to hate on that. So, but hey, if you think I could do better, if there's some kind of advice of, like this or that, and I'm always open to ideas, and I have a lot of stories about a lot of different stuff. So if anybody says, like, when I first started the channel, somebody said, oh yeah, like, can you do like a skateboarding story? And I was like, yeah, dude, coming right up. And I served it up in a day, and it's on my page right now. It's where I called my friend's mom a bitch because she was talking shit about my mom, and I seen it on the text message. And then I had to get a ride back with them from Simi Valley to Torrance, which is like, it was like the most awkward car ride. One of the most awkward car rides that I've ever been in, without a doubt. So, anyways, that's just a story. I mean, shit, it went from bad to worse, like, too good to be true, like, just like a lot of things going into it. But all of us, you already know, like, we wanted to go inside and go to the rave and have fun, We're not trying to drive around for the whole, get in there when there's only a couple hours left. So, all things considered, it sucks to get a broken window, but we had a really good spot. Like, we were literally a block away, that, like, I had never parked there before, so it was cool. And, luckily it wasn't that bad. They didn't even take anything from the car. They literally just broke the windows. And there was shit in the car to take. I mean, people had weed, people had, other stuff that, like, they definitely, like, could have took something, but I really don't think they took anything. But every car, like everyone was outside their car on both sides, just like tripping out of just like, damn, dude, they got me. And like, just there's just glass on both sides of the street, is going all the way down the block. So you know, you live and you learn. You know, it's a very common theme in my life of learning the hard way, but I think that's one of the best ways to learn personally, or like learning by mistakes, you know. So, that's just me. I'm weird. I got ADD, OCD, fucking whatever you want to call it. So, oh, I have both of those. But, anyways, I know I've been lagging on the content and I wanted to give you guys something. I might even throw another video up today. Shit, who knows? But, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this one. And I know it's not super intense or anything, but best believe I got some fucking intense stories like that will definitely blow your mind. So, yeah, I appreciate you for coming to my channel, and if you're still here and everything, if you're a first time viewer or whatever, and once again, no money is my motivation here. I just like to tell stories. I have fun. It's nice recollecting and everything like that, and just so much shit has changed since then. Like, but I wouldn't do anything different if I could go back. Like, even start my life over and make different choices. Like, despite all the fucked up shit that happened to me, and a lot of people might take that chance to like get another chance to do over, but you know, it was what it was, and yeah. So, anyways, I hope you guys like the story. I got plenty more, and yeah. So this was strictly business, and what more do I have to say? So, hope you guys have a good weekend, and I will talk to you later or tomorrow.